What's up, race fans? Welcome to Windsor Locks, Connecticut, home of Jeremy Lavoie, the two-time limited late mile champion who's standing right here with me. And he's going to show us a bit what his shop is all about and where all the work gets done. First of all, thank you for having us here, Jeremy.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming.
What's the history of the shop? This is your house, isn't it?
It is our house, yep. Working out of a two-bay garage. One side's dedicated pretty much all year to the race car. The other side's got my project. But yeah, it's really nice to just come downstairs and be able to work in your car and not have to travel to a shop. But yeah, we've been here since day one and we make it work.
All right, well, lead the way. Show us what you got, whether it's the car, the parts, everything.
Oh, we got a lot of stuff scrambled around. I mean, we got a workbench full of nuts and bolts. Got carburetors in a box, engines ready to come out. That's my dad's toolbox. When he was working for Ford, so that was one of their specialty toolboxes that Snap-on came out with. So he's always been a big Ford guy, and he bought it as soon as he saw it.
Well, you said that you have a project here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the project you got?
It's mainly my winter project because during the summer the race car takes care of, keeps us busy throughout the week. So I try to tinker on it when I can. It's currently registered. I can drive it. But at the same time, I'm still working on the exhaust and everything else. So
what's the car?
It's a 92 Mustang GT. I bought it from a friend. He was in the service and he got called to duty. So I asked him if I could purchase it off him. And he said, yeah, sure. I had ridden in the car before. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to do it the way I want it. Just kind of cruise around, probably engine upgrades in the future. But I've always wanted a Fox body. And that's part of the reason why I asked my buddy if I could buy it off him.
And then you got this car, obviously, the star of the show, which has a Ford Fusion body on it.
Yep.
So why don't you tell us the history of the 6 car that you had in the limited late models?
So as far back that I know, this is George Nacera's championship winning chassis, bought by Joe Nojic after. I know he ran it for, I want to say 2 or 3 years. And it was in the dirt, in the mud, inside of his shop, outside, weathered. And my uncle sold my dare stock, and I wasn't done yet, and I wanted to move up. I loved the division at the time. There was a full field of cars, and so I ended up buying the chassis and going to swap meets and getting all the parts for it. First couple years were used parts and just stuff that I can afford, get my feet wet. And then once my sponsorship started coming around, I was able to buy new parts, and slowly but surely, everything's pretty much brand new on this car. That's my father. Yeah, it was one of other variations, the 06, the 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was at Riverside Park.
Now, when you see all these championship banners and stuff, I mean, how crazy is it in hindsight to see what you guys have accomplished, looking back on it all?
Yeah, my family's won a lot of races, but I've been the first to click off a championship.
Oh.
My uncle came really close at Riverside one year, but when he went into pit, they wouldn't open the gate for him to come back out, so that inevitably cost him the championship.
Wow.
So just my first championship, 2018, I did my best not to get emotional, but I shed some tears, and so did my family. It was, at that point, it was about 40 years of racing, and I was the first one able to click off a championship, so I was in a world of my own. It was a feeling, you can't replace that feeling with anything. It's a bench grinder. I think we burned out the one on the actual bench, so then we had to get a stationary one.
Gotcha.
Ground off sharp edges on some steel. I got a little steel pile over there, like some scrap stuff in case we need it.
Mustang parking only?
That's my dad's sign. I honestly don't know where he got that, but it's pretty true to this day. He owned a lot of Fox bodies in his day, and I think the love just kind of passed on to me.
Yeah, I guess the sign says it all.
Spare brake pads, spare rotors, air cleaners, spark plugs. That's kind of like a catch-all over there. Rags in case we're welding or something. You got to put body panels on the ground to beat them out. It's kind of tough. You kind of lose your weekends in the summer, but at the same time, we want to have the car ready and not scrambling on Thursday night. Thursday night's just our load night.
Right.
Just roll the car into the box and off she goes on Friday.
Well, we appreciate you having us here, Jeremy. It's cool to see all the different types of shops, different types of garages that people do their work in. So thanks for having us.
No, you're welcome. Thanks for coming.
That's Jeremy Lavoie, looking to become a 3-time limited late mile champion come 2022 after a couple wins in 2021.